with Manchester United, and it's been a period of intense pressure for Erik ten Hag, but Jamie Carragher has expressed his sympathy for the Manchester United manager.
Yeah, so a draw at Aston Villa on Sunday eased some of the pressure, and although Carragher says performances haven't improved from last season, ten Hag has had a lot to deal with off the pitch.
I think he'd probably find it tough to come out and maybe the next international break, maybe still as the manager. But if the results turn, of course he will, but I think with Man United, it's not just about results, actually. I think for a long time, it's actually been about performances. And a lot of time when they get results, it feels like a little bit fortunate in some ways. I think last season, it felt like Scott McTominay got so many last-minute goals for them. So, you know, sooner or later, if the performances don't improve, they can't get sustained results. They might get a result here and there. You know, that's football. That's why we love the game. Unexpected things can happen, but the start of this season hasn't been too different in terms of performances and actually seen the same things that we've seen last season. So, listen, I think it'll be tough for him, but listen, I have sympathy for him because I think he's been left out, you know, to hang out to dry a little bit on the back of what happened in the summer with the ownership speaking to other managers. So I feel from no manager or anyone in employment would want his bosses, you know, publicly sort of, you know, speaking to lots of different people within the game. So, yeah, it's going to be tough for him to see out the season.
Well, it's a significant day for Manchester United. The club's board are meeting in London to discuss football operations.
Now, this meeting, which has been scheduled for some time, isn't as a result of United's form, but down to the availability of all those required to attend because of the international break.
They include Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Sir Dave Brailsford, Omar Brada, Dan Johnson, Jason Wilcox and co-chairman Joel Glazer.
Well, Ten Hag said on Sunday he has the backing of the leadership group, and that's consistent with what's coming out of the club. But United's poor start to the season, their worst in the Premier League era, will surely be discussed. The board want to be measured in their next steps.
Anyone, you know, would admit that Manchester United want to be challenging, you know, for titles, and so to be 14th, you know, I'm sure everyone at the football club knows they need to improve on that. I'm sure, well, I know Erik ten Hag is doing everything he can to try and improve that. Players, again, I said this last year, need to do better than what they're doing, and there's a big turnaround in players over the last few years, and you know, you just want to see them challenging again.
Do you think he's still the right fit for the club?
Well, that's obviously down to the owners of the football club to look at that, I'm sure. And you know, Erik ten Hag is a fantastic manager, and you know, he's won titles. I think everywhere he's been, he's won trophies at Manchester United as well. So yeah, he's going through a difficult period. I think he'd probably say that himself, but you know, you hope he can turn it around, because I think too often, you know, managers lose their jobs, and then it's again another rebuild of different managers. So, you know, just hope he can, you know, get through this period and you know, start moving Manchester United up the table.
David Moyes succeeded Sir Alex Ferguson at Old Trafford, and he's been impressed with how Ten Hag has dealt with all the scrutiny.
The way Eric's handled himself with great dignity, you know, taking responsibility, but made sure that he's come out and he's done all the interview for you boys and for all the media. He's tried to give people straight answers, and it's sometimes as a manager you can't give people the answer that they want to hear. But I'm sure Eric knows that Manchester United are expected to be near the top of the league. He'll know that better than MD, better than me. He's been there long enough now to understand that. It is relentless, but for me, you're managing the biggest club in the world, and if you're going to manage the biggest club in the world, then I think you have to expect it and probably understand that this comes with the territory. But again, I just have to say, I think he's done a great job in trying to handle a lot of the pressure which has come his way.
Well, today's meeting has been marked by many of the back pages this morning, including The Guardian and The Mirror, who say that Ten Hag's future will be decided today.
It's either going to take Man United to say, look, we're going to back this manager until the end of the season. They probably don't even feel that they need to do that, having sort of given him a new contract. But, you know, maybe a public vote of confidence would help, or kind of, you know, at the moment, it does almost feel on the flip side, you're delaying the inevitable, really, because if it's not clicking, if United are not playing the way that the fans want to see. And I have to say, the fan base have been so supportive of Ten Hag. We really have. I really admire that in a lot of the match-going United fans. They're still with the manager and want to see him turn it round.
This has been running for over a year. They look absolutely dire on the pitch. They don't have any identity. They concede goals by the boatload. They don't score. They've got 8 points from 7 games. They've made their worst ever Premier League start. And at some point, it just takes a brave call to say, no, this is Manchester United. There's going to be a change.
I am indeed, Mike. Good evening. This man needs no introduction. Wayne Rooney at this Legends of Football Awards here in central London. Wayne, many congratulations. I guess it's just the latest one for you to take in, and I guess feel a sense of pride about.
Yeah, of course. It's always nice when you get recognised for what you've done in your career. So yeah, a proud moment. It always is when you win any award, and as always, any award you win as an individual is down to a lot of work from your teammates as well and coaches. So I'm the one who picks it up, but really I represent all my teammates and coaches.
Whenever you think back of all the many moments that have led to awards like this over your Premier League career, what are the ones that really mean the most to you?
Winning titles.
We could be here all night.
Yeah, no, winning titles, obviously, you know, from my first one, I won the Carabao Cup now, but I think it was the League Cup, Carling Cup. It's been named different names. That was my first one I won as a professional footballer, so that was such a big moment. And then obviously Premier League titles, Champions League, FA Cup, all them titles you win is, you know, what you work for, and you put a lot of work in with your teammates to try and achieve, and they're the best moments, the best nights you have after that as well. So yeah, it's they're the moments you look back on with fond memories.
What about your favourite goal over that time?
Yeah, a few. I think everyone always says about the Man City goal, which was great, the occasion, obviously against Man City as well. But I really like, you know, there's transition goals we scored against Arsenal, which, you know, I really enjoyed, stuff we worked on, and when you work on something that comes off, it feels a little bit better. Speaking of goals, your team now, Plymouth, your manager, you maybe didn't have a touchline view of the dramatic winner at the weekend, but how great was that to see in terms of the progress of this Plymouth team? Yeah, I think it was, firstly, it was what we deserved, and yeah, I was in the tunnel with our club secretary, and we were going crazy in the tunnel when we scored, and that actually knocked his glasses off and broke his glasses, so celebrating. But yeah, no, it was such a big moment for us going into the international break as well, and we've been on a good run of late, and obviously I got the red card, a bit of an overreaction, but I think it was clear it was a foul, and every official missed it. So yeah, sometimes as a manager, your emotions and, you know, you want to win kicks in. So yeah, took a red card, but I think what that showed, it galvanised the stadium, the players. We kept pushing till the end to get the winner, and Morgan Whittaker gets it in the 97th minute, so only what we deserved.
Yeah, I think we saw that with the reaction at the end with you and the players when you did come back onto the pitch. I think I read somewhere that they want to see you fined though for your red card, the players, is that right? Yeah, well, I can start bringing more fans in for them if they want to see that. But no, listen, it's there's a great atmosphere, great chemistry and togetherness around the whole football club, not just the players, but, you know, all the staff at the football club, not just coaches, every member of staff. It's a real close bond, and that goes right the way through to the owner at the top, and then the fans have been outstanding, you know, from the moment got in there. They've been really supportive, and I think they see what we're trying to do, how we want to play. They see, you know, the work we're putting in, the effort we're all putting in to try and achieve that, and I couldn't be happier with that. Look, you're Manchester United's all-time goal scorer, so of course you face a lot of questions, shall we say, on your former club. I wanted to touch on that just at the moment, the kind of 14th in the league, not the greatest of starts to the season. How much does it hurt to see them in that kind of position? Yeah, I think it's difficult, and of course I think anyone, you know, would admit that Manchester United want to be challenging, you know, for titles, and so to be 14th, you know, I'm sure everyone at the football club knows they need to improve on that. I'm sure, well, I know Erik ten Hag is doing everything he can to try and improve that. Players, again, I said this last year, need to do better than what they're doing, and there's a big turnaround in players over the last few years, and, you know, you just want to see them challenging again. So yeah, for the fans, I'm sure they're going through a difficult moment, and everyone, you know, has the